Authenticity is your key to freedom. That's going to be the topic today. Um, I have a lot of conversations with a lot of different people about how I've gotten to where I've gotten, how I do it, how I continue to do it. And I think the one theme that has stuck through time of me becoming an artist, of me self-actualizing myself, of course, and just like growing up and finding my way through the world is being true to myself, no matter how crazy or out the way or insane it sounds or it seems. And I recently did a career day at a high school. I think I preached the same thing, like find your niche, right? My biggest lesson this week is if you don't know what you want to do, you don't have the luxury to say no, right? Because you don't know what you want to do. How are you going to deny or turn down an opportunity if you don't know where you want to go, how you want to go about it, if you have no reference, if you have no way to look up to somebody, like how can you figure that out without trying something? Um, and like I told the kids at the high school, you could have never told me I would have been a tattoo artist, right? Like I would have never believed that. I don't think that was something that was at all in my track, at all something I ever really thought about. I think it was a fleeting thought, but I don't think it ever lasted. Um, but it all came from a prick of introduction, and then I kind of got interested, and then I started like consuming so much tattoo related information, and then I started trying to do it, and then it became a lifestyle, and now that's who I am, and that's what I've created for myself, and I'm grateful for that. um and it wasn't easy at all, but it was worth it, and I would do it again if I had to. um but in terms of keeping the authenticity, there were so many things against me creating that for myself. And like I spoke to a young lady today, and she was talking about how she wants to be an artist. And she has a child, and she just moved here from California. And so a lot of extenuating circumstances, you know what I'm saying, that require stability. And I say stability because I don't believe there's anything that's actually stable. You can lose your job tomorrow. Literally anything can happen, and then that's all you need to tank you, right? And so I don't really believe there's anything stable. Um, but she has a lot of things that rely on her to show up to work, rely on her to do the 9 to 5 situation. And there is nothing at all wrong with a 9 to 5. I respect 9 to 5ers so bad. But her heart of hearts says, I want to be an artist. And I was telling her today, because she's like, oh, well, yeah, I want to be an artist, but I'm thinking about being an esthetician, going to esthetician school. I'm thinking about doing insurance adjusting. I have a couple more hours on that, or I have to do something with that. And I'm like, but she kept going back to, I want to be an artist, though. I want to do art. I want to be an artist. I'm like, be an artist. You know what I'm saying? Because the time that you're spending on insurance adjusting, or the time that you're going to spend on esthetician school, when you know in your heart of hearts you want to be an artist, is doing you a disservice. Because even if you don't pursue being an artist now, and you will pursue it at a later time, right? You have nothing but time. She lives like with a parent of hers. And so I'm like, realistically, and I know the situation sounds drastic, right? Because I know a lot of people that I meet, and probably a lot of y'all who are watching this have situations that rely on you going to work. And I'm not saying don't go to work. But what I'm saying is, if you want something different, you have to make sacrifices. And I know, oh, I'm tired, or I got this, or I got that, or I got this. The only thing separating you from somebody who made it and who hasn't is the amount of effort that you're willing to put in. Even if you are tired, do one thing. Set aside 30 minutes. Do some work on your lunch break. Do some research on how you can create the life that you want. You know what I'm saying? Put together a vision board. It's exhausting. I get it when you're already exerting so much energy in one direction. But if you are trying to truly change your situation, it will never be a question of let me get up and do something, right? I don't think owning a business or working for yourself is for everybody at all. It's not. However, there are ways to approach your desires in a way that is obtainable You have to do the work, period. So I'm trying to figure out how to verbalize this to you and be political, I guess. But realistically, you have to do the work. What I tell my apprentice and what I tell anybody who asks me for advice or I'm like mentoring is like, excuses get you nowhere, right? There's somebody doing more than you with less than what you have. And so I don't really have capacity or time or energy for excuses. Because not only are you doing the people a disservice when you make an excuse, you're doing yourself a disservice. That's my point of authenticity. Being authentically you means showing up for yourself no matter what, how you need to show up when you need to show up. And that's the only way to truly be fulfilled. I think a lot of us are looking for happiness. We're looking for a reason. We're looking for purpose. We're looking for joy, excitement, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We're all looking for something. The ones who achieve that, the ones who feel that, the ones who get close to it, Nirvana even, are the ones willing to do the work. Because either way, you're going to be exhausted. You're going to want to give up. You're going to want to throw it away. You're going to want to never look at it again, right? But would you rather do that now and then be at peace later? Or be at peace now and then work when you truly have no energy source, right? When you truly have given it all you've got. And now you're trying to figure it out. Either way, work has to be done, right? It's just about doing it efficiently and doing it optimally. So my advice to you, if there's something that you want to do, or if there is something that is calling you and it doesn't make sense, right? And you have no idea how you're going to get there, I want you to take a step back. I want you to figure out what it is. I want you to get real with yourself. Even write it down. Like, this is what I want. This is what I desire. It does not have to make sense. It probably will never make sense, and that's okay. It's actually more fun when it doesn't make sense. Write it down. Write down what you want. Like for me, I want to be a tattoo artist. I want to be a full-time professional tattoo artist. I want the coolest clients in the world, and I want to travel, right? Write down what you desire to a T. If it's a stay-at-home mom, write it down. If it's a NFL wifey, write it down. And then take small steps to get to that point. If you don't know where to start, take a moment, step back, think to yourself. Whatever that first thing that pops up in your head is, do that. It may not make sense to you, but I'm telling you, that's the key. You have the guidebook to your life. I'm telling you, you by far do. A lot of us have broken trust within ourselves, which makes us not want to be authentically us. Or we have had other people break our trust, whether that be bullying, whether that be family, whether that be love, whether that be your own self. But you have to give yourself space to feel that, to work through it, and then to correct it. Because at the end of the day, time is passing you by. No one cares, right? Life is still going to life without you or with you. And so at the end of the day, you're the only person suffering from your decision not to be yourself. I just felt like I had to get these things off my chest. It's too many times where people are like, oh, Ari, I really like you. I love how you could just show up and be yourself, or I love how authentic you are, or I love how real you are. And I have always been so strongly myself. I have tried to be other people. I have tried to do the whole workaround. I have tried to do things to make people happy and make decisions in my life that would make others happy and not fulfill me. But at the end of the day, I have to live with my decisions. And if my decisions are based off of everybody else, what do I have? I really wish you the best in finding yourself and your authenticity